Hello and welcome back. Today is February 1st, 2022. I figured I would check in and talk about my goals for the year. I know everybody does New Year's resolutions differently, and this year I decided not to really set any for myself in terms of like a year-long goal, but what I would do instead is set small monthly goals for myself. Being that it is the second month, the first day of the second month, I figured I would update on my January goals and what my goals are for February. January's goal was to read as much as possible. I decided to join the Goodreads challenge last year and try to read as many books as possible, which the goal I set for myself was 20 books because the year before that I read about 20-ish. So I just wanted to get to 20 books, and by the end I was sprinting in December to try to finish, and I finished with 22 books. My goal for this year though was to read 30 books, and I finished already in January. Not only did I read 30 books, no, I read 40. That's right, 40 books in January. All of them are romance. They were all great. Only one of them was a 1-star, and I think about 5 or 6 were 5 stars. For me to give a book a 5-star, it has to achieve a couple of things. One, the dialogue has to be great. There has to be a lot. The conversations have to be good. It has to be to the point where I have to look up from the page or the screen because I am like fangirling inside. The dialogue is that good. The narrative has to be interesting. There can't be any tropes that I don't like, which is like cheating, love triangles, secondhand embarrassment. Can't have that. I mean, it can have a little bit secondhand embarrassment, not the other two, but it has to be good. It has to be enthralling. I also have to think about the book after I finish it, and I want to go back and reread certain sections because it's so good. I need to go back to it and rediscover what I had read the first time. So yeah, so there's a couple of books that were like that this month, and I had a blast reading all of them except for one, the 1-star. That one, that's okay. But the rest of them, fantastic. Great month. It really put me in a mood to start writing. So about midway through the month, when was it? The 13th and the 14th, I sat down, I started working on Stardust, which is the project that I wrote for NaNoWriMo last year. Continued writing it. I wrote about 10,000 words in the project. I made the prologue perfect, exactly how I wanted it. I worked through the first 4 or 5 chapters, realized I needed to add in a couple extra chapters between chapter 2 and chapter 3. So I've added in those ones, and the progress is going really great so far. That brings us to today, February 1st. What happened? Why am I sitting down and filming this right now? Last night, I had a dream, and it wasn't like my traditional dreams, which are all over the place. They're very vivid. I mostly remember them. No, last night's dream was an entire book, pretty much start to finish. I was fully conscious through the entire thing. I knew what was happening. I could hear the characters. They had names. There was locations. I could smell things. The colors were so vibrant. I felt like I was in the story. So when I woke up, I immediately ran to a Scrivener document where I keep all of my book ideas that are based on dreams, and I started writing. I sat down as soon as I woke up to get those words on the page so I could remember as much as possible. I started at the very beginning, which was where the conflict started. I introduced the characters. I talked about what was going to happen in the beginning, working my way up to the middle point of the book where we get to meet the love interest, because of course it's a romance. That's all I read in January. Then we get to the good part, where all the drama starts happening. What happens between her and the love interest? Why are they forced into this forced proximity relationship? It worked out great. I kept writing. I got to the point where the dream almost ended, but it didn't, and it kind of shifted a little bit. I'm like, will this work? I figured out a way to make it work. Then we moved on to the big climax, which that is the part in books where I have the most time trying to plot out what's going to happen. For most of my books, I know what the main part of the climax is, but when I'm initially sitting down to write it, I never know exactly what that climax is going to be. This time around, I knew exactly what it was going to be. I knew how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen, which characters were involved, what was going down, and how it was going to implicate the end of the book. Not only did I figure that out, I figured out exactly what was happening immediately after that, how that character was going to resolve, what was going to happen to that character in the following chapters that are going to lead up to the finale. Then we got to the finale. I wrote a couple scenes from the book. They are so great. I ended up planning the entire novel. I spent about 3.5, almost 4 hours going through in specific detail everything that this dream brought me, and like I said, I did it. I planned an entire novel, start to finish. I have all the characters. Not all of them have names, but I have all of the characters, exactly what's going to happen, the settings, and the best part about it, It fits with the Starstruck Stardust themed universe. Oh my gosh, that was the kicker. I knew I wanted to continue that series. Obviously, I'm working on Stardust right now, and I know that I wanted to do maybe one, almost two more, but the way that this dream worked, it's a little bit different than Starstruck and Stardust, being that it still follows a celebrity, but they're in a different profession. It works. It works really well. Oh, I would talk to my siblings about it, and I was gushing as I was talking about it because it brought me so much joy that I was able to plan this entire thing. It was so unexpected, but I did it. I plotted an entire novel. It was about 6,500 and something words that I plotted all together. And like I said, there was a couple scenes that I wrote in there. There was some stuff that I was not expecting to write that ended up on the screen. I've said in previous videos and in previous points in my writing career, not that I've published anything, but I've said it many times, I don't write explicit content. I may have written some explicit content today. Maybe it's because that's what I've been reading for the past month, but I thought that it worked really well for the story, and it did. Will it make it into that final draft? Who knows, but it's there. I've written a little bit of it. I'm dipping my toes into that water, guys. So we'll have to see how it goes. And maybe once I finish Stardust and Starstruck, I'll add some of that into there if I feel like it. I don't know. My sister's going to be my beta reader, and I don't feel comfortable handing that over to her to read from my perspective. It's a weird dichotomy, and I don't think I want to address it just yet. All right, where does that leave me with February? February is going to be my writing month. I don't think I'll be able to finish Stardust because I have so much more to go, but my goal is going to be to write as much as possible for Stardust this month. I want to have at least half of it done. Half of it done because then I need to finish it, and I need to go back and work on Starstruck, which is the first one, to try to edit it, make sure it's all good, so that way the second draft is polished, it's ready to go, and my sister can read it. That is the main goal. Stardust, then Starstruck, and then whichever the third book or fourth book is going to be. I don't know if the one that I dreamt about and wrote out today is going to be the third or the fourth. We definitely need to connect that main character back into the other two, at least like a drop an Easter egg or something into it. But it's going to be good. The last thing that I need to update y'all on, which is not really for you, it's more so for me, is I got my wisdom teeth out back about 8 days ago. And as you can see, my face is chubby, but it's not swollen. I did not really swell besides the first couple hours afterwards. I saw a TikTok saying drink pineapple juice for like the week leading up and the week after, and it worked. I didn't really swell at all. There was no bruising. I'm still healing. I still have holes in my mouth for all four, but I did it. I'll never have to do it again. I'm very happy that they're gone. The one was causing me a lot of pain, so that's good. I'm going to leave on the song that I've been listening to get me inspired for Stardust, and that is Thinking About You by Dustin Lynch and Mackenzie Porter. For some reason, that song just fits the vibe of the story, and it works really well, and I've been listening to it on repeat. Maybe that's why I had such a great night last night, because I was listening to it on repeat. I put a hair mask in my hair, I sat down, opened up my laptop, and I reread the prologue, and then I got excited, and I was too tired, so I went to bed, and then I had that wonderful dream, and then I woke up, and I wrote more, and I'm having a wonderful day, and tomorrow I get to see my favorite coworker. This month is just going great for me. January wasn't so great the first couple of days, but now it's going well. So that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully your year is going really great as well, and I will update you soon once I have some updates for Stardust. I think once I get to maybe chapter 15, chapter 20, I will update you guys then, either that or at the very end of the month. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!